this is Tom from Dirk Witte Music Store in Utrecht, the Netherlands, and today we are taking a look at this very fine, it's not a Les Paul, but it is very much related to Gibson, but of a different brand, a brand that we do not carry as a store, but this then came in use, so therefore we have it for sale at our store. But this is a Heritage, and this is a very high-end one. This is a Heritage H-150 custom cure in a dirty lemon burst aged finish. So a very high-end Heritage electric guitar, obviously very much Les Paul in style, but it is not a real Les Paul because it is a Heritage. So in case you're not familiar with Heritage, they are very much related to Gibson in the sense that they are actually based or located in Kalamazoo, Michigan, and that is where Gibson was also located back in the day. And to make it even more related to Gibson, Heritage is actually based in their old factory. So Heritage makes guitars in the old Gibson factory in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And therefore they make some incredibly high-end and high-quality ones. But then in a little bit of a different style, and also priced just a little bit differently, because these are a little bit more accessible. They're not cheap. Obviously they're also still made in the USA with the highest quality of specs and parts. But yeah, just with a little bit of a twist and a little bit of a softer price tag. So an incredibly cool guitar. This one is then also aged / relic. So it has some subtle finish checking all over. And it is actually from 2025. So this is a relatively new guitar. And you can pretty much not tell that it has been used or anything like that. So it is also in just a beautiful shape. So a really cool guitar, very interesting, and yeah, cool to then have this brand in the shop and to actually take a look at a Heritage guitar. So let's then dive into the specs. So we have got, obviously again, very much a Les Paul style body shape, single cutaway with some minor differences, like the cutaway is just a little bit, I would say that this horn is like a tiny bit shorter, and I'm guessing that the dimensions, like the contours, are also just ever so slightly different, just so that they do not make a direct copy, because that would probably be illegal. But yeah, obviously, yeah, from a distance you'd probably say, hey, that's a Les Paul, and that is also what they are going for. But this body is made out of mahogany, and to be more specific, actually, this is some ultra lightweight mahogany. So the back obviously is that, and it also claims to be weight relieved, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Maybe that is a little bit of a mistake in the listing currently. I have to double check after filming. If it is incorrect, I'll put it over here, because it is not heavy, but it doesn't feel weight relieved or chambered or anything like that. Could be wrong, but it just feels like a nice weight. Like, this is really not too heavy, not too light. This is actually, to be more specific, comes in at around 4 kilos. So that is pretty good for a Les Paul style of a guitar, but wouldn't necessarily say that is ultra light, but it's fine if you ask me, and I think that most people will be just perfectly fine with this weight. And then the top, obviously a beautiful flame maple top, highly figured with a lot of flame and curliness going on in a stunning dirty lemon burst finish. So it is kind of like this faded sunburst. So you don't really have any red left in the finish. It kind of looks like that it has been out in the sun for quite a while, and yeah, it just looks really nice. What is also cool is that, like I said earlier, this is an aged guitar, so it features some aging, some light relicking, because there's some finish checking going on around the entire guitar. So around the body, neck, headstock. But it is not quite like Gibson does it, because the finish checking is quite wide, so there's quite some distance in between the lines. Hopefully you can see that, and I'm not sure if that's like the most natural look, but I think that it looks cool. But I kind of doubt that finish checking works like that. Like, well, I don't just doubt, I know, because I've seen that on the guitars. Yeah, maybe some feedback for Heritage to maybe like make that just a little bit tighter, but it looks really great, and it also feels really nice. It is a true nitro finish, so yeah, this would just only age even more over the years. And it also just feels really, really nice in the hands. But there's nothing crazy going on when it comes to the aging. So also the back of the neck still feels quite much like it is all the way finished, apart from like some very minor intentional indentations, and yeah, then that finish checking. Moving on to the electronics, moving on to these P90 pickups, because that is quite, when it comes to Gibson, that is like very uncommon to see, like a burst Les Paul, or like a, yeah, just that, like a sunburst Les Paul with P90s. Normally these come with humbuckers, but this is then kind of like a late 50s burst, but then with P90s, so that is really cool. And these P90s are also really great. These are also from the Heritage Custom Shop, to be more specific. See, these are some Heritage Custom Shop 225 Classic P90s, with obviously these very nice cream plastic covers, which looks really, really tasteful, and they sound really great. They sound quite spanky, I would say. The neck pickup is quite powerful, so might screw it down just a little bit for the demo, but they sound really, really, really great, as we will hear so in a little bit. Apart from the rest of the controls, just Les Paul in style. So 3-way pickup selector switch over here, dual volume and dual tone controls in their usual locations. And I'm guessing that these are then also like some these are also then some CTS potentiometers, as well as capacitors, and then a switchcraft toggle switch, I believe. So also really high quality stuff. Moving on to the bridge and tailpiece. This is actually a true ABR1 style of a bridge. So the posts are drilled directly into the body, and then the bridge, or first the wheels and then the bridge, are then put onto those. So you get like ultimate energy transfer, like into the wood of the body, as they also did in the 1950s, and they also do on custom shop Les Pauls and stuff. So really high quality stuff, and they are also made out of nickel, so the tailpiece is that as well. Also got this cream color pickguard. That is where they give it their own unique shape, Heritage being, so you do got a little bit of a unique style of a pickguard. Just to like set them apart just a little bit. It even has like the sticker from the Heritage Custom Shop over here on that pickguard. So this is definitely a guitar that has not been played a bunch by its former owner. So yeah, that's quite cool. And then these amber knobs, no thumb leaders, which I personally would have preferred, but this is fine as well. Output jack over here on the side, also then on that cream colored plastic. Also then have some single ply cream color binding around the top. The control, the pickup selector switch cover there on the back, that is also just slightly different, because that is a little bit elongated, like it is not perfectly round. So even like from the back it is, you can then tell whether it is a Heritage or a Gibson. And it also has two screws, which is, I think, an interesting choice to then alter that just ever so slightly. The strap buttons are actually really Gibson in style. Like you would also find, I'm sure that they are not the exact same, but they are almost the same. Like I can't quite tell what the differences would then be. They're kind of like the smaller vintage style type of strap buttons that you would also find on Gibson Custom Shop guitars. Moving on to the neck, that is then a mahogany neck, and a one-piece mahogany neck. And the profile is a 50C. So they actually have the measurements also there in the spec sheet. On the first fret, that is the thickness is 0.8910 inches deep or thick. And then on the 12th fret, it is then 0.9805 inches or inch thick. So it is chunky, but not super chunky. So I wouldn't necessarily call this baseball bat. It is really kind of like that 59 type of a profile, like not too big, not too thin, C-shape, but a little bit bigger than medium. But again, nothing crazy. I'm sure that most people would get around this neck just really, really well. You then got a rosewood fingerboard, which is then also bound in some single ply cream binding. You even got the fret nips around the fret, so that's also quite cool. That is really kind of like a Gibson thing, so really cool to then have that on Heritage guitars as well. Like, I'm not sure if all of them get that, but these high-end ones do. And then you've got some pearloid trapezoid inlays, or like acrylic trapezoid inlays. Moving on to the nut, that is then a bone nut. Looks really, really nicely cut and nicely polished. And then a headstock, that is definitely a different shape, a unique shape, and I really actually dig this shape. Like, kind of like resembles a crown almost. Like it's yeah, I just really like the shape of that headstock. They really did a great job at like coming up with their own unique shape. Like, can't think of any other headstock or like any brand which has like the same style of headstock. So yeah, really nice look. The headstock overlay obviously also really nicely done with that relicking aging with those finish checks, or that finish checking. I think that the headstock comes out really nicely with that aging. Also with those, with your logo done in mother of pearl, as well as that inlay in the middle. And then you got a plain trussel cover with 2 screws. Then on the back you've got these Heritage branded tuners, which are, to be more specific, these are some Heritage custom shop tuners. So they are sealed on the back, and yeah, they just work really, really well. Kind of like got Grover size or Grover style tips or like buttons on them. So that's yeah, looks quite familiar from yeah, from like the front. But then on the back they kind of like have this like Godot shape, or like Godot case, Godot style case. Like there's like this very high-end Godot tuner that has a similar style of a case to their tuners, and kind of like makes me think of that. Anyway, they just work really well, and they look really great as well. Also comes with its original hardshell case, which is a very nice hardshell case, like a brown faux leather exterior, and then a green interior. Even comes with a COA, a certificate of authenticity. So you really get the full package. And like I said earlier, it is just in a beautiful shape. Yes, it is aged, so it is quite difficult to like say which ding or which scratch is from the factory and which one is not. But given that it is from 2025, that it has the sticker on the pick guard, that the case is also in just a beautiful shape, I would say that this is just an excellent condition. Just to be safe, like not say mint, but yeah, just beautiful guitar, beautiful shape, and yeah, really cool to have in the shop. A Heritage, you don't get those. We're not dealers of theirs, so we never have these. So cool to have, and cool to show, and cool to play and feel and hold. Really cool and high-end Les Paul style guitar. So let's then hear what it sounds like. But first, if you're interested in this Heritage H-150 CC custom shop electric guitar in a stunning dirty lemon burst relic finish, be sure to head over to the links in the description for further details. If you enjoyed this demo, be sure to like the video and to subscribe to the channel for more cool weekly demos of very cool electric guitars like these, or cool acoustics, bass guitars, even all that really cool stuff. Also be sure to like and to follow us on our socials, Instagram and Facebook. Links are also in the description. So that being said, let's hear what this really fine, really high quality Heritage H-150 custom Cure Dirty Lemon Burst Les Paul style electric guitar sounds like from 2025. Going to be plugging it into this late 1970s Fender Pro Reverb. So let's move on to that part and let's then take this really fine, really high quality Heritage custom shop electric guitar for a spin.